All right, y'all. Let's start winding down and talking a little bit about some movies, shall we? We got a lot to talk about, y'all. But first and foremost, thank you for joining us for the year. This will be our last show of the year, you guys. Crazy. We are at 51 episodes, and we'll be starting off the next episode with episode 52, which is 52 weeks in a year, right? So, yeah, we've been doing this, baby, for a year now. Crazy. But Wonka, lots to talk about with that one. Did crazy at the box office. I mean, if Aquaman 2 touches what Wonka's about to run on here, it's going to be a good day for them. Rebel Moon doing poorly with critics. Lots to talk about, guys. We'll be watching some trailers tonight as well. We got a lot of people in the house tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Touring, good to see you, man. It's been a little while. It's good to see you. Rodney Dollar, Laser, of course, our good friend Laser. What's going on, man? He's in the chat tonight. Laser got his burritos ready. Also got G. Kobe. What's going on? Willy Wonka, the amazing chocolatier. That was a classic, bro. But anyway, guys, let me not blab on too long. I'm going to get my man Marcellus Durden on Twitter. Low in the house. What's going on, man? How are you?
Feeling
up, man?
good, feeling great, feeling wonderful. It's a beautiful Sunday evening. I had a nice holiday party celebrating. Thank you. Lola's 100th birthday anniversary. Unfortunately, she passed almost 9 years ago, but she got close. She was close to that 100, and we always come together on the 17th of December to celebrate her. So that was awesome.
That's wonderful.
I'm looking like a coach right now on the sidelines. All I need is a clipboard. But my boys, hey, we're coming for that number 1 seed. You love to see it, but I just want the chip. I don't care what seed we are. I don't care, who we play, home field. I don't care. I just want that chip. So let's go.
It's looking good for y'all. That's for damn sure. Because with your big 3 on the field, you haven't lost yet. So I'm like, man, it's looking good. If all your big 3 can stay in, man, y'all are looking like a fire squad, bro. It's gonna be tough getting through San Francisco.
Oh yeah, if we do get that bye, yeah, watch out.
I'm wearing black tonight, y'all. The Broncos got our asses beat last night in Detroit. It happens. Unfortunate, but it happens, y'all. It happened. Detroit had a night. And we know what happens when Detroit can go off. They can go off, and they went off, man. They put up 43 on us. But you know what? I'm glad we didn't give up. I'm glad we tried to stay in the game. Judy looked miles better. Bet his best game. So honestly, there's a lot to talk about there. But at the very least, I'm proud we stayed in and did it. It wasn't like a bagel. Like it wasn't just a tragedy. But
to be fair, you guys are still in it. AFC is wide open.
We are, and we're still in the hunt. So yeah. I'm like, okay, it's okay, but I don't want to lose anymore. But we got Tyler in the house, not so fast with the 49ers.
Hey, I would love nothing more. I would love nothing more than Lamar to come to the ship just for us to take it away from y'all. Ooh. Make up for 2012, because that hard bowl should have been ours, man.
What's going on, Didge? Good to see you, my friend.
Hello. Welcome.
Y'all, we are about to start our very first segment, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for... Y'all, it's time for Rate Your Hype. And guys, we got a trailer for you today. We're going to watch a trailer. I think this might be the first time on the stream we're showing a trailer the first time in a while. I know we've shown it.
We've tried to a couple times, and
yeah, let's go ahead and do it, y'all. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's get these trailers going. But y'all, we're gonna check out the trailer for Kung Fu Panda 4. Let's do it.
It is time to take the next step on your journey.
I'm not going to be the dragon.
We got audio anymore.
You will advance to spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace.
Inner peace. Inner peace.
Keep your surf off my turf.
Dinner, please. Dinner with peas in a sesame soy glaze.
Yes.
This is not working at all.
That's awesome.
Thailand.
Yeah. Let's go.
Once I possess the kung fu of every master villain.
Man, Viola Davis sounds great.
Question my power. Not even the great Dragon Warrior.
I thought that name sounded familiar.
The most powerful shape-shifting
or that voice, I mean.
The chameleon.
How do I find the chameleon?
I'm gonna lead you right to her front door.
It was against an army.
Then we'll just have to get an army of our own.
What is this place?
The best crooks and criminals live here.
You're a wanted criminal?
You sound surprised. Is it surprising?
Now you kids be careful with those fireworks.
Violence makes our tummies tingle.
Why should we help you?
We can take down the chameleon together. Being the Dragon Warrior, it's who I am. Skitfish. What do I know about being a spiritual leader?
What is it you're holding?
A cookie?
You were chosen to become something more than you already are.
How should we do this? Quick and painless? Or slow and painful?
Slow and painful.
You finally met your match, chameleon.
We're not so different,
You and I.
Skadoosh. Stand back. I'm gonna kick my butt.
A seven-nation army couldn't hold me back.
Man,
That got
looks
me.
good, bro.
I saw that trailer the other night before Wonka. That little poot got me.
So the premise for this one is Poe, who is set to become the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace, searches for his successor as the new Dragon Warrior while fighting a new foe called the Chameleon, who is voiced by Viola Davis. We also have Aquafina as Zin, the fox that you saw in the trailer. Master Shifu is back. Now, the Furious Five is still going to be in the movie. They're just apparently not in this trailer, but man, I want my Furious Five, y'all. Like, don't be trying to get rid of the Furious Five or nothing. That's one thing about the film. I'm like, okay, I need Tiger and Bird and Monkey and Cobra. I need them back, bro. So that might be my only bad thing with this trailer is I don't like that there's not enough Furious Five. Otherwise, it looks funny. Looks like another fresh adventure from the franchise. I gotta go back and rewatch at least 3. 3 is like probably the one that is the least memorable for me, but those first 2 are hilarious. I mean, Jack Black as Poe, that is an iconic character right there. So I'm excited for it, man. What you thinking, Lo? That trailer looks fun.
I don't want to be the Debbie Downer of the group. No, it's just look, it's just
Ooh.
I was never that big of a Kung Fu Panda guy. Like okay, the first one was kind of funny, and it was cool. At Jackie Chan and Dustin Hoffman. And by the way, Dustin Hoffman sounds tired in this film, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I didn't see 3. I have no recollection of 2. I think I liked it. I think. It's just like I'm not trying to hate in the franchise. I just never really dug into it. And my whole thing is, look, it visually looks cool. I think that's one thing that DreamWorks is pretty good at, with whether it's How to Train Your Dragon or Shrek 2 as it evolved over time, because Shrek 1 was a long time ago, but as it evolved over time, its visuals got like more and more smooth and crisp. But yeah, I think my biggest thing too is I feel like we hit this trope with this villain where it's like a video game thing where you hit the one boss that can do it all. It's like she's like the Shang Tsung of the Kung Panda universe. And it's like,
work for me.
I mean, look, you're into it. That's cool. It just feels like such a cop out. Like, oh, let me take everybody's powers. Like, it's like, okay. So now you're just gonna be hella OP. I don't know. Look, I'm not trying to hate. It's just I don't think this franchise ever was never my thing. So
yeah.
So with that being said, it looks cool. I love Jack Black. I think he's great, and I agree with you. I think my favorite thing about the original was the Furious Five, and it kind of killed me that they weren't here at all. And last thing I'll say is Colby is mad. Okay, hey, put your
he's
down.
bro.
Kung Fu Panda movies or cinema. Hey, if you believe that, Colby, I won't take that away from you. But I ain't gonna fight you over it either. It's not even worth my time. But
man.
But I will say one more thing. I think Awkwafina does really good voice work. I loved her in Raya and the Last Dragon. So I think it'll be amusing to hear her here as well. So hype, I'm at like a 6 if I'm being nice. 6.
I'm with Laser down here though. Aquafina, man. She's in everything, bro. I'm like, okay, can we kind of back up off her a little bit? Like, I understand.
It's been a while.
No, she has done good. No. What wasn't she? She's in Migration this year.
Is she?
What else?
Oh shit, she is. She is.
What else is she? She was in something else this year. I'm blanking, but I know.
Yeah, I'm blanking on it. I thought she hasn't done anything since Shang-Chi. That's what I thought.
Nah, she's got some more.
No, you know what?
From this year.
She had that show with Sandra Oh. They're like sisters or something, right?
Yeah, Little Mermaid, and then
okay.
She had just recently that came out on Hulu with Sandra Oh, right?
Yeah, they're like sisters or something like that.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I look at the cast of Joyride, and I just feel like we've got some more talent to work with there. That's just all I'm saying. Is like I'm just kind of like there's more voice actresses out in the world, and I just feel like she's getting all the work. But that's okay. That's okay. She does sound good. I can't take away the credit. Quiz lady, G. Kobe be knowing, man.
I was gonna say, I know you were down with that scuttlebutt.
Look, if you believe that was shade, man, oh man. I gotta tell y'all, them Kung Fu Panda, especially like G. Kobe was saying, the first two, iconic. Iconic, bro. I mean,
Man, I couldn't tell you the plot of the second one if I tried.
I do gotta go back and watch the first two again. It's been so long, but I know I love the first two. The third one, fourth, this one looks good. I don't like the lack of the Furious 5. So I'm sitting at like an 8. I think I'm at like a clean 8. I might have been at like an 8.5 or a 9 if we got the Furious 5 back. I feel like they're not there. Like we basically, let's be real, we saw the last battle in the trailer. Between when she turns into Poe, that's maybe not the last battle, but it's like a pretty iconic moment in the movie. And no Furious 5.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I got, though. Otherwise, I'm good to go, man. I'm easily an 8 out of 10. Love this animation style. Like I said, they're visually stunning films. I mean, they're incredible animation studio. But yeah, I also really enjoyed the stories in the movies. Unlike somebody over here. All right, guys, we're going to pull up this Beverly Hills Cop 4 trailer because I have not seen this, y'all. And listen, I love that for Beverly Hills Cop, iconic. Lo, you there?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And look, I like the second better than the first, and I defend 3. People can call it really poorly written and cheesy, but it's one of those movies that I remember as a kid, and the theme park they used for Wonderland was my home park. It's a stone's throw from where I live. Paramount's Great America, or formerly, it's now California's Great America, but that's where they
filmed. Are you
filmed.
talking about Kung Fu Panda?
Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I thought you were talking about Kung Fu Panda. I was like, huh? My bad. I lost complete
I thought
track,
we switched tracks already, brother.
I completely lost track.
It's okay. The banner wasn't helping. Let me fix that. There you go.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get a little. All right, let me let them do that work. All right, y'all. Let's watch some Beverly Hills Cop 4. Axel F.
I almost admire you. Still on these streets, running uncut. I'm just amazed. Doesn't get to you.
Yeah. Let's go.
Watch your ass out there, okay?
Axel F
Gonna
is
be
back.
fine. They love me at Beverly Hills. Detective Foley, you ever read your own files? Shootouts, starting the piece, a lot. Please tell me you didn't get arrested again. Twice, but I broke out. We put our lives on the line every day. And for what? Comes with the job if you're doing it right. Yeah, babe! Axel.
My boy.
You pissed off so far?
I haven't pissed off anybody.
Yeah, 50-50. 50-50
Is it that high?
so far.
Wow.
I don't know why I feel so partial to this one. Like, okay, I'm down for this, but dude, I'm super down for another Beverly Hills Cop. Why not? Like, at this point, we're redoing everything. We might as well. Like, honestly, I'm cool with it, man. We bring it back Axel F. Let's go. Like, I'm down. Eddie Murphy coming back. Eddie Murphy having a little bit of a revival right now since Coming to America. It's like he's just been coming back with his stuff. Candy Cane Lane, haven't seen it yet, but I've heard some good things. What are you thinking, man? What you think, Lo? It looks
All right,
fun.
so as I was saying, I'm a big fan of the franchise. I have been waiting for this film for 20 years. I feel like,
Since 94.
yo, like even going back to like when Rush Hour was big, in my head, I was like, yo, we need to do Beverly Hills Cop 4, man. I was just like waiting for like the green light. And it was in development hell for like a decade, and then they dropped it. I think my only qualm is Axel F is kind of an awkward title. I mean, it's an iconic tune, but it's kind of an awkward title. It's like, why didn't they could just call it 4? Like, I don't understand what the problem is with just saying 4. But the trailer, it's giving me Bad Boys for Life vibes.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what I mean? It's giving me like that return to
Same
form.
vibe.
It looks fun. The action actually looks pretty solid, which
Yeah.
is a big thing with this franchise. If the action's good, then we're engaged.
We're good, man.
We got the cast back, so it's got this Maverick thing going on. Obviously, it's a nostalgia. It's Hollywood is just pulling at all of our nostalgia strings, obviously. But this is a franchise I'm here for, and I'm excited. It looks fantastic. I'm hoping.
It looks fun, man.
Do you know if this is getting a theatrical release? I'm not sure.
I don't think so, man.
I would have loved to see this in theaters, but on a hype meter, man, I'm at a good solid 9. I love Eddie Murphy. I know he had some hiccups. I didn't love Coming to America Part 2, but
what? Oh, I love that Coming to America, y'all. I loved it.
No, I mean, okay, look, the first one's an iconic classic. The second
Oh,
one
of
was
course.
The second one was okay. I had some issues with like the storyline, but there was moments in there that was pretty funny though. Like he still got it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a family movie for me. We love us some goddamn Coming to America, the first one, and we love that second one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, Didge. They could have kept this one. Doesn't need to tarnish his legacy. 3 was not great, and Lo was just defending the hell out of 3.
Hey, I might be the only person in the world who will defend Beverly Hills Cop 3, but that's just me though.
Oh my God! Imagine Eddie Murphy bring back Norbit. How you doing?
Keep that one, Eddie. Keep that one, Eddie, please.
Okay, so you know what? If you got Beverly Hills Cop 3, I fucking love Norbit, bro.
Okay.
I fucking love that movie, dude. It's goofy as shit. Vespuccia is horrible. Oh my goodness.
See, hey, Colby's talking.
Oh my goodness.
Colby knows what I'm talking about. He's on the same vibe.
Yeah. Let's hope this is on Bad Boys for Life level. Totally. 100% agree. It does give off similar vibes. But I will admit, I'm a little like, ooh, I went to the Wikipedia, looked up the director. No fucking idea who this is. Mark Malloy, and his Wikipedia page is blank.
Really?
Yeah.
Even on IMDb, he doesn't have any writing credits or anything? Or?
Oh, let me look at his IMDb, but I was just looking at the Wikipedia page was like blank as hell. Let's see. Director.
And you know,
nothing
honestly,
I really know.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm just glad they got most of the original cast back. You know, Bronson Pinchot, Paul Reiser, Judd Nelson. Like, God, they look old, but I mean, I'm happy to see them.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, they look old as hell, but I'm glad they're still around so that we could do
Eddie held up, bro. They looking old. Dr. Doolittle was good. Better than
Dr.
whatever
Doolittle was hella good.
Robert Downey. What was that? Robert Downey Jr., right? Did the Doolittle movie? That movie was trash, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even try to watch that one. But Eddie Murphy's Doolittle with Chris Rock as a hamster, Norm Macdonald as Lucky the dog. Oh, classic.
Classic, bro. Yeah, this guy did something called like Apple at Work.
Hey,
his years ago.
His speech to try to save the tiger from committing suicide is one of my favorite speeches ever. Like, now I the moose, now I the tiger.
Now hold on, Laser. What Doolittle you talk about? We got
who knows
here. We talking about Dr. Doolittle now.
I know. I think he's talking about Robert Downey Doolittle. That's what it sounds like.
Probably so. With him and Baby Yara Shahidi.
Hey, Colby's bringing up his old filmography. Hey, look, Eddie misses sometimes, man. It's okay.
It's all right. Yeah, we can't. But you know what? I'll say this. I still haven't seen the new Haunted Mansion, but I love that Eddie Murphy one. I'll admit it. I love the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion. Hilarious. And then we'll sail on over across to A24. Talk about Civil War. This one looks fucking interesting. It also just looks very timely. And I know a lot of people are a little nervous after Men, but oh no, this is looking good right here. I know Alex Garland can be a little polarizing, but let's share that.
To be fair, though, he's had all bangers. Like,
Yeah.
at least up until Men for me, but he's had nothing but bangers, so I think we could trust him.
Let's go ahead and check this one out, y'all.
19 states have seceded.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great
This cast is
defeat
awesome.
at the hands
Right?
of the
Nick
United
Offerman is
States
president.
military.
Let's go.
Welcome back, Kirsten
Do you
Dunst.
regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens?
That dude's been in everything lately.
We're moving to D.C. today.
You need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. Every instinct in me says this is death.
Bloody.
Every time I survived a war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? Well, you're American, okay? Okay. What kind of American are you?
Bruh. Like, what
You don't know?
the fuck?
Dude. Jesse Plemons is terrifying.
July 4th.
Oh my god.
Get in the car! Get in the car!
You're gonna hang back.
I'm not hanging back.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go, 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 go!
God bless America.
Hell yeah, man. Ah, wow. That looked crazy, y'all, didn't it? But let's talk about this premise, y'all. Basically, the premise off of this is coming off Wikipedia. Just says the United States stands on the brink of civil war in a near future setting. But Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Moura, Kaylee Spaney, Jesse Plemons, Nick Offerman, Carl Glusman, and directed, of course, by Alex Garland, and written by Alex Garland as well. Whoo! That just I'm looking at that trailer and I'm like, man, it's crazy how some of these movies just be hitting so close to reality, bro. What kind of American are you? And then the states that like succeeded from it was like, okay, California and Texas, just this crazy like scenario. What do you think of that trailer, man? That looks fucking awesome, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Because I respect the hell out of Alex Garland as a filmmaker.
Right.
Whether it was going back to him writing 28 Days Later, Sunshine, which is a really underrated Danny Boyle flick, and then his own films, Annihilation, Ex Machina,
baby.
Dude, this guy's great.
good.
So I have a feeling because obviously they show some action, they show some drama, but I think there's something to this, like a twist, some kind of underlying, like, why are we fighting kind of thing. And I think that's going to be interesting. I hope it's nothing too crazy. And I also hope it's nothing too controversial, but I think it's going to be interesting to say the least.
So I had heard some stuff. Like I heard from certain content creators, and I don't want to name any names because I don't want to call anybody out. But I heard some people were like not going to watch it just because of the location they're in. I totally get it.
Yeah.
I totally understand because I would hate for this to be a rallying call. You know what I mean? So I get it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But I feel like,
Sorry.
did you hear about some of the discourse online? Like, oh, Texas would never unite with California. And it's like, look, this is a freaking sci-fi. It's a lot of it's
fictional
fantasy.
movie. You're right.
It's fiction. It's fiction, guys. And I feel like there's a reason for them coming together. But regardless, the discourse around this film is really annoying. It's like, dude, let's just watch the movie. Let's not have, why is a British director trying to depict America in this light? Who cares? It's a freaking piece of film, entertainment, art, whatever you want to call it. But that's what it's supposed to do. It's going to make us think. And I think there's more to it than what we see. So I'm at an 8.5 for sure.
Art imitates life, but I do understand some of the concerns. I do. I think I get it, and I think that if you choose to not go see this movie, I totally understand. For me, I think it looks awesome. Kind of looks like a kind of alt future type of scenario, and I always like movies that do that. So I'm really excited for it, but I understand just for the political implications why people would not support.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew they were married.
And also, I've seen some complaints that like it's just so close to real life and so close to reality for that reason alone, some people are avoiding it. Like they go to the movies to escape and not feel the terror of what the world really is. So I think that's interesting that some people feel that way. And then maybe that's just how bleak their perspective is on the world. But
hey, man, like I said, I get it. I'm going to be there. I think it looks great. But hey, for those that feel that maybe it is just a little too close to home or maybe feels that it's depicting things a little in a problematic nature, it's okay.
Yeah.
But hey, me and Lo gonna be sitting there watching. We'll buy tickets for you. Don't worry.
And also, shouts out Jesse Plemons. God, he's horrifying. He is.
Oh, he's terrifying, man.
He could just stare at you like that, and it's like, yo, what's up, man?
Right? Like, what is dude?
What's up with you, bro? You good?
I remember first seeing him in like Breaking Bad, and I was like, that dude's kind of unsettling, bro. Like,
oh
the
yeah,
hell.
He is great.
Yeah, his career has just blossomed since. I mean, he's been in damn near everything. So, fucking props to him. Props to you, Todd. Props to you. Ex Machina and Annihilation, absolute bangers. Men, I'm gonna say it. I'm the only one in the world that thinks this. I think Men is also a banger. Honestly.
So look, so Colby's saying trash. I'm more of on the side. It's like mid. That's just
fine.
Like I don't hate it. I don't love it, but
I think direction wise, he has not missed for me, bro. Like if I think I'm like Ex Machina, Annihilation, Men, maybe this. Oh, are we counting Dread?
Well, he did write it, so I mean,
okay,
he wrote it.
Didn't he direct too? But like,
it was like
Travis,
it was one of those
kind of last minute, yeah,
right. It was one of those. Oh, yeah, he helped out or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, I'm like, if I'm thinking for me at least, those are bangers for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike said they can keep it. Not gonna lie. Ooh,
what's up, Mike? I didn't even see him in the chat. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, brother? Scaring audiences since 2013 by just standing there.
Exactly.
Breaking Bad Todd just standing.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. What? Jesse Plemons was in Like Mike? Wait, for real?
Hey,
oh my
no
goodness.
shades of Bow Wow. I ain't never seen that one.
You ain't never seen Like Mike?
Well, it came out in a time of my life where it was just too cheesy. I wasn't vibing with it.
Come on, bro. That's like iconic early 2000s sports movie right there.
I know, but I mean, I was in high school. I was kind of over it. I was like, I don't need to see no Bow Wow with magical shoes.
You ain't seen like Mike, bro. Man, that's an iconic one right there. Man, I'm not gonna go watch it though, because I'll probably go back and be like, ooh, this is actually not as good as I remember. see, Didge, like you didn't need to see it. I'm with you, Mike. I think I might be biased as well, because like Mike was fire.
Hey,
He was
no
the
offense.
bully?
Hey, no offense. I'm a Mighty Ducks guy, you know. What was the other one? Little Giants. Hey, Mighty Ducks was dope, man. Come
It actually
on.
was, yeah. Especially
Keenan
that first one.
Thompson with his
The
knuckle
first
tuck.
one was fire.
Also, Keenan Thompson holding it down for like, what was it? South Central LA? Come on.
But see, this is like Mike was back in the era when Bow Wow was Lil Bow Wow.
Right.
That was that era, bro.
Lil Bow Wow.
Man.
Oh,
okay,
Mike.
best sports movie. Go. Rocky.
Wait, favorite sports movie?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm like,
Okay,
Rocky
wait, hold up. I would agree with you if it was just best sports film, like, or if we're analyzing the film.
Hell, here you come with the technicalities.
No. Look, no, Rocky to me is probably like the more film critics' choice. Yes, I agree. But just my heart, like my favorite, I just love Remember the Titans.
I knew you were gonna go with that one. I was like, football, of course.
I love Remember the Titans. It is so rewatchable. Every time it's on the TV, I'm like, oh shit. And I get into it. I love the characters. It's a great cast. Denzel's great. Will Patton, Ryan Gosling.
That's a pretty criticky choice too, I would say.
Well, I mean, I know it's like in most people's top 5s or 10s, but I think Rocky is like a universal, like, oh yeah, that's up there. Sure. Top 1, 2, 3.
Also, Sandlot. That's another kind of
nice
top dog on there.
Coming of age.
I'm gonna have to say it, man. I'm gonna have to say it. Go ahead, burn me at the stake, y'all. Space Jam. That first one, fire.
Space Jam's fun.
Not the second one.
Oh man, I didn't even finish it, bro.
Leave that on the table, dog.
Hey, Don Cheadle was talking about my name's Al G Rhythm. I was like, off.
Clicked. I remember going to see that shit, and I was like, in the theater, I was like, that's not funny. My boy Didge, okay, with the Remember the Titans.
There we go. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Didge.
No, certainly not. Like, Remember the Titans, when I think of like, Karate Kid, let's go. That one right there, man. So it's kind of like if you put the Mount Rushmore together, you would probably have Rocky, Karate Kid, Sandlot, and Remember the Titans.
I take it, Laser, you're not into sports?
Oh, shit. He said, what?
Laser's just like, what is going on?
Would you think that though? Like, kind of like, it's kind of like, okay, if you presented like the 4 popular, I guess I'm giving Remember the Titans too much because it was just played over and over in my house. Like,
yeah, well,
we always watch that one.
It's heavy on the TV circuit, like TNT or TBS or whatever.
Heavy,
they're always playing it. It was on Disney Channel for a while. And you know what? I think you're either a Rocky or a Raging Bull guy. But I think you more or less nailed it. Like Karate Kid, Rocky, Remember the Titans. Those are some of the most popular sports films ever. So.
Depending, it's like you might even be able to say, okay, Raging Bull, or you might be able to kind of sub a couple of Friday Night Lights. Maybe you're more of a Friday Night Lights. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
to be fair though, I feel like Raging Bull is more of a character study. It wasn't focused on the sport,
right?
So,
but if you ask people, a lot of people will call that a sports movie,
right? You know what was really good that most people don't kind of like bring up in the top 5 is The Fighter. I like
that's
The Fighter
a good one
with Christian Bale
that's
and Mark Wahlberg. That was a good one.
That was a good one, man.
The director's an asshole, but good movie.
They made sure you remembered them Titans, and Tennessee made sure Miami remembered them. I sure didn't forget about that. Dodgeball, let's go. Yeah.
Random ass Miami shade over here.
Let's just say I had a random little encounter with the Miami fan. I'm like,
just rub it in their face.
As soon as that happened, yeah, I was like, as soon as that happened, and then we got the brakes beat off of us a couple nights later. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. Woo, we've been in this first segment for like 40 minutes. All right, y'all. We're gonna drive on over to the main segment. We're headed to the It's time for the roundup, y'all. Low, take it away, my friend.
All right, all right, all right. Let's check that box office pulse. Give it a second here. Once it there it is. Wonka springs in at number 1 in the domestic box office with a scrum diddlyumptious $39 million. Huge, huge opening, the biggest one in the past 30, 60 days, I believe. And The Boy and the Heron came in at 2 with only 5 mil. Ballad of the Sombers and Snakes at 3, Godzilla -1 at 4. That's awesome. And Trolls rounds us out. All 4 of these films had 18.9 mil combined. So that's just a disparaging number for Wonka to beat the other 4 films by almost $20 million. Like, that's insane, but it's also just a sign of our times. Like, box office numbers, like I've been saying this every week with the Pulse, it's just really low. No one's going to the movies right now. And the ones that really show up are usually for the number 1 spot. And it's usually for like a week. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes has had strong legs, and Godzilla -1 and Boy and the Heron are doing well despite being international films, but numbers are pretty low. So this is awesome for Paul King and Timothy Chalamet. Wonka was a wonderful experience. We'll get into more detail later about that. But let me throw this to you, Leo. I mean, I feel like Wonka didn't have a lot of competition. It was going up against Miyazaki and Hunger Games on its 3rd or 4th week. I can't remember. But are you surprised with how strong Wonka opened? Because right now, I think worldwide, they're at 150 mil or something.
Goodness gracious. First off, what's going on, Robert Adams?
Welcome
says
in.
showing of Wonka yesterday was packed. Roundup. Look, they getting the Roundup. They getting the Roundup down now. Roundup. Hold on, sir.
The Sam Jackson version.
Like Cap would say, language. Now, man, oh man. I knew as soon as I seen Wonka, I probably seen Wonka about a month ago. Guys, I knew that was gonna be a hit. I was like, this is gonna be a classic. This is gonna be a hit, and here it is, a hit. I knew it. I was like, the singing, Paul King, the warm blanket feel of his movies that just screams and oozes with so much wholesomeness. I knew that would bring in theaters, that would bring audiences to theaters in droves. I knew it. I'm happy to see this happen. Makes me wonder how Aquaman is going to do.
Right.
Because, I mean, Ballad of Songbirds, for perspective, did like 19.1 domestic. So for this to do 39 mil domestic, this is the best since Freddy's?
Yeah, I think it's the biggest since that, because I think Freddy's was in the 20s, 30s, something like that.
Yeah,
so.
let me look up Five Nights at Freddy's domestic, but I think this might be the biggest since Five Nights at Freddy's, which is what about a
solid
month ago now.
Yeah, maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Month.
But a film like this, a wholesome film like this, is perfect around Christmas time. Really brilliant marketing. Remember we were talking about on Monty's podcast, Christmas films that aren't Christmas films but just feel like Christmas films. This is a film that could totally be enjoyed as a Christmas staple, even though it's not a Christmas movie, just because of its themes, and it's just such a fun picture, and has a big heart. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's got a lot of heart to it, man. I really like that Wonka.
Did you find that FNAF number?
Yeah, it was much bigger, 78 million.
Oh,
so
I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah, it had a big old opening, but I'm wondering how Wonka's legs are gonna look, man. I mean, okay, context. How the legs for the film are gonna look, because it seems like maybe in the next, we're a week and a day away from Christmas, and that's when Color Purple opens. So how long is Wonka really going to ride the train? Mike with a good comment here. Wonka should make its budget back by next week. Wonka was a win for WB.
Yeah, 100%. Also, I'm gonna be honest, and I think Robert kind of nails it here. Where's my mouse? Robert Adams says Aquaman's gonna tank bad. And look, I don't think it's gonna do as bad as the Flash, but I don't think it's gonna do that well. There's like no buzz. People aren't really clamoring for this sequel. It's like, sure, the first one made $1 billion, but I mean that feels like ages ago. And then we got the new DCU coming. DCEU is over. You wonder how many people are invested. And also, hey, newsflash: the Flash and Blue Beetle bombed. So I don't know how much better we're gonna go from here. Oh, and let's include Shazam in that. So 3 superhero films that DC has had, and this is the 4th one this year. And
not looking good.
Not looking good.
Not looking good at all. Yeah. So to be completely honest with you, man, I looked at Wonka and I kind of was like, and this is a great comment here, Mike. Will it pay off or will they hurt each other? I almost feel like Aquaman 2 is going to suffer sandwiched between these two.
Exactly.
Suffer.
Exactly. And Wonka's still going to hold. I think Wonka's going to hold through December. So
I agree. I think you're going to have a scenario where it's like Wonka's going hard on top. Then Color Purple, I think, will eventually take over Aquaman. I think Aquaman might, the first week, probably top the box office. Then once Color Purple comes out, I could see a scenario where like Color Purple is number 1 week, then Wonka sneaks back up to the top. I just think, it's like you were saying with the DCEU, it's over. And then with Flash, Shazam 2, Blue Beetle, unfortunately, Blue Beetle was a lot of fun. But so many bombs for superhero movies this year is just not looking good for Aquaman 2. Only thing with Aquaman 2, it may do very well in China. And I know that Fast X did well overseas. I mean, Fast X did so well overseas, it's in the top 10 of the year. Top 5.
And to be fair, I don't know if it's the same effect as like someone like Dwayne, The Rock Johnson, but Jason Momoa does have a following. Like there are people that show up for Jason Momoa.
Fast X, I think he had an effect on that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Here we go. Don't underestimate the international market. I really think they could potentially maybe hold Aquaman for weeks on the worldwide box office. I think we could see Aquaman doing very well on the worldwide, but the domestic, I think we're going to see Color Purple take that top and then Wonka sail back up.
I'm curious though. Do you think the Color Purple is going to do that well? Because I
don't know.
Because I feel like the timing is that one might get buried too. Like I think
it might because it's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Like, it might even be a scenario where that's the one that gets buried. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Aquaman's coming out really soon as well. So.
Ooh, Eric Thorpe. What's going on, Eric? Good to see you. Welcome. It's been a little while, man. He says, I think it will do worse than the Flash. Predicted to do worse than the Marvels, and didn't that do? Yeah, it did worse.
It did.
It's predicted to do worse than the Marvels. Okay. Yeah, predicted to do worse than the Marvels.
Hey, the Marvels was pretty bad, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe Momoa has more star power than Brie Larson, but the market's still bad for superhero films. So.
Yeah, it's just not looking. I think it might have a splash in China, but maybe just the first week or two. We'll see.
Yep. And with that being said, that concludes the box office pulse. Let's get into our stories of the week. And this one I'm particularly excited for. Acclaimed video game creator. Oh, sorry. Delayed in my slides there. Preview of our next story. But Hideo Kojima confirms he's working with A24 on adapting his Death Stranding game into a companion film that will dig deeper into the mythos. So Hideo Kojima, he really blew up with Metal Gear Solid back in the early 2000s, the original PlayStation 1 version of Metal Gear Solid, which in and of itself is a very cinematic experience even while you're playing it, which is such an awesome thing to present to gamers and to people around the world. So Hideo Kojima is a beloved creator, and he said that this isn't going to exactly like tell the Death Stranding story on film, like word for word or scene by scene. He said it's going to be kind of like a companion film. So it's going to be like accompanying the game as well. So it could be watched together and enjoyed together, which I think is really cool. Like it's not gonna be a direct like reboot of the or remake of the game. So A24, Hideo Kojima, I'm on board. This is awesome. And this game itself too is very cinematic. We got Norman Reedus as like the title character. There's several other actors who are in the game. I forgot to put the list down for me, but have you played Death Stranding, Leo? And are you a fan of this?
No, I haven't. I'm actually not familiar with the Death Stranding video game, but listen, you tell me Hideo Kojima, you tell me A24, I'm excited, bro. I'll be there. You don't have to say anything else. I'm down.
And what's interesting is, Mario's made $1 billion. Last of Us is very successful. So I think, like we were saying when Mario dropped, we could be seeing a video game revolution right now where as long as this is quality products come out, man, we could have a big boom in video game adaptations. So
let's think about it. We've had Sonic come out and do very well in the last couple years. 2 movies from Sonic. We had the Last of Us TV show, like you just said. Mario. We've had so many video game movies. Halo, the TV series, which is not great, but whatever. We've had a lot of like video game media start to transition into the small screen and the big screen. I'm thinking that's the next like MCU superhero genre, potentially. Maybe I'm reaching there, but it could be. We've got a Legend of Zelda live action movie.
That's
on the
what
way.
I'm waiting for.
We've got a lot on the way, man. So I think this could be good.
Yeah,
Spider-Man
this is awesome.
2, the video game was amazing. Like
this could be like the new thing that audiences start flocking to. Hopefully, as long as they just keep following through on
the Fallout TV show coming. Like
there you go. Yeah, Twisted Metal just came out too.
Yep.
And they got renewed for a second season. Remember? I think we talked about that.
Right.
So.
That's right. So I mean, we're in the middle of it. I mean, Uncharted the movie. Like we're in the middle of it.
So yeah, I'm excited. I haven't played the game myself either. I still have a PS3. Next gen gaming has
4, so you're fine.
Next gen gaming has passed me by, but I think Hideo Kojima is a genius, and I'm here for it. Eric Thorpe's here saying he's currently playing. Definitely requires patience. Okay, but I imagine it's a good time, Eric. Yes.
I heard
really?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm excited regardless.
Not a PS3. Okay, Tyler, not you shaming me for only having a PS3. I'm sorry. I actually don't have a lot of time to game anymore. So
Amazon delivery driver video game gets a film?
What are we talking about here? Like that's not what this is about, is it? I'll be honest. I don't really know the story. I thought it was like a cloning thing with like the baby and stuff. Like,
yeah, nah, it ain't about no Amazon delivery driving.
But look, with all that being said, A24 is hot right now, and I think
hot, baby. Hey. And you know what? If this is the kind of stuff they're adapting, let them do the blockbuster shit. Like,
right.
You know what? Let's just take our foot off the brakes for a second and be like, ease it onto that gas pedal. Let them do their thing and cook. Because last week we were like, no, we don't want them to. And then now we're looking at this, and it's like, okay, well hold on. Maybe I'm backing up a little.
So
I'm reeling back.
That's what's interesting is like, okay, A24 wants to go a little bit more mainstream, make a little bit more money, do some blockbusters. Maybe this is the direction they're going. And they also said they wanted to do action pictures. So that's awesome. Because I feel like minus John Wick, and I hate to say it, there's been a lot of clones of John Wick, just kind of cashing in on that style. But those movies are great. And I think there's a place for action cinema to just have action films. Like, doesn't have to be an Oscar-winning story. It's just sometimes we just need some action in our lives. So I think there's a market there, especially if you get the right star, especially if you get the choreography right. There's a market there, especially if like, can you imagine an A24 like martial arts picture? Like something like The Raid?
Oh man, that'd be fucking dope, man.
Like, give me that.
Yeah, if they could dabble in action more, it'd be great. I mean, look at EAAO. Like that's them dipping their toe into action. It could be very creative.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean is like, if we get a really gritty, like Ong Bak kind of A24 film, hell yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? So
Down, man.
I'm getting all
Did you say
excited over here.
Bak? Did you say Bak? Yeah, I'm down,
Muay
bro.
Thai.
Let's go.
All right, so let's go. I kind of previewed this already, but Mr. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon opens to an eye-opening, concerning 24% on Rotten Tomatoes. A couple of days ago, it was at 9% off of like 20 reviews, 50 reviews now. Interesting. Look, I don't want to hate on the guy. I think he's had enough drama in his life. I think the Snyder cult is in and of itself its own controversy. But just speaking on Zack Snyder, the director, I generally like his work. Generally, so
Same.
this is really interesting to me, and I'm kind of curious what exactly went wrong here. And maybe you have more insight, Leo. I mean, do you have your ears in the ground on what's happening behind the scenes here?
This is the first one too that I'm like, man, I have not actually folded through the reactions for this one, but you know, like you, man, I'm a Snyder fan. I really like 300. I like Dawn of the Dead. I like Army of the Dead. I like ZSJL. Like I like Zack Snyder. I didn't really love BVS. I didn't like Man of Steel much, but nor Owls of Gahul. But for the most part, I've really liked his filmography.
Yeah.
Like I've really liked Zack Snyder. I think it was Jacoby who said it a couple of days ago when I was on, or a day ago when I was on Ren's podcast. I think I seen him say this, that he's like the definition of style over substance. And I can agree with that. He's a very stylistic director where the action is very heavy. It's very stylistic, and the characters are fast moving, and like and a lot of slow-mo, by the way. He captures a certain action-packed style when sometimes the rest doesn't add up. Like maybe the story is a little mediocre, but the action is really, really good. I felt that way about Man of Steel. So, but Rebel Moon. So here's how I feel about Rebel Moon. I really like the trailers. I think it looks fucking awesome, but it makes me think, it makes me think of multiple movies blended in one. And maybe I wanted something a little more original. And I wonder if that's the issue here. But like, I kind of think it's just it's all these things wrapped into one and not a Zack Snyder. I don't know, but he's the adaptation guy. Watchmen, 300, the DC movies. So I don't know, mixed feelings about it all. I think I had to wait and see it myself because I'm still excited, man. The trailers look awesome to me.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna watch it, but I feel he might have bitten off more than he can chew, because I know I've heard some things around the campfire, like he wanted to do a Star Wars type film. I think he pitched it to them, and then it got shut down, and he was like, "F it, I'll do my own Star Wars." Which is more or less what we're getting, I think. And I mean, maybe it's just uninspired. I don't know what the response is either, but I'll watch it. You know, it's not going to deter me from watching the film, but this is kind of like damn, like is it that bad? It just kind of sparks a conversation. I will never hold Rotten Tomatoes against any film, but it does make for good conversation like we're having right now. It's just like, oh, what went wrong here? What is the issue here? So
yeah, like it just feels to me as if, unfortunately, he should have just did something that doesn't feel like a ripoff. Like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll wait and see how this one pans out.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I mean, we can really reserve judgment until the film comes out. But, I will say this. I think it really depends who's penning the films for him, because I think his best film is Dawn of the Dead. And Dawn of the Dead was written by James Gunn. So I think that says a lot about, like, when he has a really good script, that's when he's at his best. And that the same could be said for 300 and Watchmen as well. So
yeah.
So
who did 300?
For the life of me, I cannot remember. But
I'm gonna look it up. Oh, Zach was on he has a writing credit on that. Kurt Johnstad. Yeah, nobody. He's on Rebel Moon, so he must be a regular Snyder collaborator. He's on 300. Atomic Blonde.
Who did Watchmen? Because Watchmen I really liked. I think that's his second best film in my
This
opinion.
guy. Oh no, it's not him. Who did do Watchmen? That is David Hayter and Alex C.
I was say that. Why does that name
David
sound so
Hayter
familiar?
did. David Hayter did some X-Men stuff.
Okay, I would say that name sounds hella familiar.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he has a writing credit on X-Men. Yeah, on X2, X-Men. Yeah, so X-Men X2. That's where I heard that name. Then.
So you know,
Alex C.
Laser's very sad, as is some of his other fans in the world. But hey, who knows? You know, his cult will support this film, and maybe it does better than people think.
Maybe it does better than people think.
Solid Snake? Is that for real?
Oh, TIL.
Wait, is that the same guy though, or did they have the same name?
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Nice. That's awesome.
Fucking Solid Snake.
Hiding in a cardboard box. Smoking cigarettes to stay warm. I loved that game. But let's keep it.
Oh, he was Captain America and Spider-Man as well. Random.
So Blumhouse's upcoming Wolfman picture has swapped Ryan Gosling with Christopher Abbott. That's a little bit of a bummer because I think Ryan Gosling's great, but
yeah,
Blumhouse doing a Wolfman picture. I mean, they just had a huge success with The Invisible Man. So I'm curious. I'm not really sure who's directing this either, but how do you feel about Christopher Abbott? I'm not familiar with his work. This still that I grabbed is from It Comes at Night, and I think he's in some other things.
He's good. Listen, let's be real. Can I be honest though? This is like you wanted Honey Nut Cheerios and they brought you back the Walmart version of the no sugar Cheerios. Like, I don't mean to be rude or nothing, but like, it's just like, okay, we were at Ryan Gosling and it was like, oh shit, okay. Nothing against Christopher Abbott, by the way. He's a great actor, and I think what I've seen him in, I've really liked him. But I was just like, you told me Ryan Gosling. You know what I mean? I'm just
it's like going from Honey Nut Cheerios to Happy O's.
And Happy O's would be like, I don't know, man. Miles Teller? I don't know. I'm just like,
hey, honestly, no, but
like,
but to be fair, especially off of Barbie and Ryan Gosling is just a megastar, with or without Barbie. This is a huge loss for the film for sure.
Yeah, I just felt like you went from like namesake to like kind of like more indie, which is I guess is fine. Like, let's be real. Let's just the fact that we're getting a Blumhouse Wolfman is really fucking cool. That's great. Right. But I was just like, okay, we have Ryan Gosling, and now it was just like, oh, okay, well, psych.
And you know what's funny is the Joe Johnston version that starred Anthony Hopkins and Benicio del Toro. It kind of flopped, but I actually kind of liked that one.
It was a
like
decent one.
Yeah, like it was very gothic, very atmospheric, and I thought Benicio and Anthony Hopkins were great together. Like, you know, but
look, great photoshopping skills.
Thank you, Laser. I mean, that one's a little choppy, but I just wanted to get all the items in the slide there. But yeah, I mean, you know, I like I said, I love The Invisible Man, and I think what they're trying to do is really exciting. So I think a modern take on this story will be interesting because most of the Wolfmen we've seen was from that gothic era, that what is it, 16th, I don't know what number, 17th century, I don't know what that is, but olden days.
Is this a Dark Universe thing?
I mean, it's not technically Dark Universe, but
okay,
but it's within that realm because I think Blumhouse's goal was to do modern updates, standalone versions of the Dark Universe tales. So
yeah,
so that was their goal, I think.
With the Dark Universe, you remember the Mummy?
Man, look, I still haven't seen that one, but
well, just don't.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people are telling me it's not worth it, which sucks because I'm not gonna lie, I was so excited. I was hyped. I feel like I was the only person that was hyped when they did the Dark Universe trailer. I was like,
I was confused as fuck because at first it was just Tom Cruise yelling. Did you see that?
I heard
the trailer at first was like just And it's just Tom Cruise like yelling in the plane, and the
No,
rest of
so
the trailer was mute, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
yeah, so they had like a fiasco. It was like an error. They accidentally
Yeah, they
released the
uploaded the
trailer
wrong
without music.
version. Yep.
Yeah,
I was like, "What the
so
fuck?"
funny. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm always down for some good horror, and like I said, Blumhouse, think they got something here. So we'll see.
I don't know. This ain't Dark Universe, is it?
Technically, no.
Okay. Okay.
All right, this one's pretty exciting. Naomi Scott has been cast to be the new lead star for Paramount's Smile 2. Smile was an underrated hit. I actually, holy crap, I actually just saw this a couple months ago, and it scared the bejesus out of me.
Really? I got
Yes, it got under my skin. There was a couple really good jump scares, and the final act is just insanity. Like it really played with my anxiousness when I watched horror films, and it made me like, oh, don't go in there. Oh, why? Watch out! You know, it got me talking to the screen, and usually when a horror movie does that to me, we're in for a good ride. So, I love Naomi Scott. I think she needs to get more awesome. I think she's a star. I think she's brilliant. I think she deserves the lead role here. So, Leo, so you didn't see the first Smile?
Yes, I haven't seen that first Smile, but I love me some Naomi Scott. Let me tell you, man. Another one of my wives, bro. I'm super excited for this.
I had to have her little peekaboo on the side there. Like, oh, hi, I'm here.
Listen, man, I was like, all right, Jasmine. What happened to her, bro?
Well,
like that should have put her on the map, bro. Like it's so weird how her career kind of like has tanked after her and Mina Masao. It was like, I guess Disney just left them in the dust.
Well, also,
like,
Charlie's
crazy.
Angels flopped, and she was the star of that. So,
yeah, I guess so, huh? For some reason, I was like, was it her or Kristen? But yeah, I was like, yeah, I guess.
She was like the focus because
she was the main character.
Yeah, they brought her in to the Angels, and she was like the new.
And Power Rangers flopped.
Yeah, so. See,
I do too.
I want a Power Rangers sequel. That Power Rangers was great.
They can't show us the green jacket and then fucking do that, man, and just say, nah, we're not coming back. Y'all can't show us the green jacket like that. Set up the sequel and be like, Tommy, you here? Tommy. Like, I'm like, you can't do that Bueller shit and show us the green jacket like that. That's such a tease.
You know what's funny is, you know, the beginning was very grounded and very like had like a gritty, almost like Chronicle vibe, and then, man, when those Zords came out, and it was like, go, I was like, dude, let's go.
Let's go. Listen, so that's maybe my biggest issue with that film is I was like, they just need to embrace the cheesiness. Like, you know what? They need to embrace that nostalgia like TMNT did. Right. I'm like, embrace that culture and run with that. And they kind of tried to do this like serious modern teenager thing. And I'm like, no. Make these fuckers like, yeah, we're eating pizza. We're in karate class. And I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know.
But to be fair, though, I thought for that film it worked. It was cool. And the cast was great.
The cast was awesome.
Dr. Montgomery, like, man. And who else?
Man? RJ Seiler.
There you go. And then who's the other girl? There's another girl in there.
Becky G, baby.
Yep.
Her and Naomi's, I'm just like, between the two of them, I'm like, man.
And then just quickly to come back to Smile, it was Parker Finn's directorial debut. Huge hit for him.
On the second one?
Yeah, he's back on board.
Great.
Huge hit for Paramount, huge hit for him. And he mentioned that as much as he felt Smile was a standalone story and was kind of done with it, they greenlit the sequel and he was surprised. But now that they greenlit it does give him a chance to explore some things that he didn't get a chance to in the first one. So this is his property. This is his franchise. And we might have a new horror hit maker on our hands. So who knows?
Yeah, maybe we got another Wes Craven on our hands.
Yeah, hey, you know, like that's a really big opening for a first-time director. The first Smile did really well. So
yeah, it did.
All right, guys, rounding up to the end here. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is set to star in Benny Safdie's upcoming biopic about late UFC champion Mark Kerr. And people have been clamoring for The Rock to break out of his shell because you could literally copy and paste all of his roles and they're all the same guy. So this is going to be an opportunity for him to really show off his chops here, play a real person, really show some drama here. And I love MMA. I'm a huge mixed martial arts / UFC fan. This is awesome. I'm on board. Benny Safdie, the Safdie brothers were brilliant with Uncut Gems and Good Times. So they bring that ferocious anxiety to this. I think we're in for a good time. How hyped are you on this?
Man, I'm super hyped, bro. You bring in the Safdie brothers. You got The Rock. Actually, like you said, actually acting, actually bringing some dramatic chops to something, doing something different, something unique. I'm looking forward to it, bro. I can't wait, man. And it's A24, right? Does this A24?
I have to double check on that. I believe it is though. I think it is A24.
I think so.
So I think we keep talking about what A24 is going to do, and it's like, hey, this could be part of it. Like, get bigger names, this could be part of their mainstream route.
And so this to me kind of feels like it's mainstream, but it's A24. They're still staying in their wheelhouse of taking creative liberties and making things very unique, but now they're focusing on like more well-known topics, bigger stars. I'm down for that, bro. I'm down if this is the direction they want to go with their bigger box office endeavors. I'm super down for this.
Hell yeah.
Super down.
And I can't wait to see the rest of the cast, which I'm sure is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to see a trailer cut for this. Like, this is huge. And to be honest, The Rock needs a win. People kind of turned on him with his Black Adam fiasco and him taking over creative liberties in the DCU, and
that's what Sachin was saying here. What's
going
on, man?
What's up, man? Welcome.
Said believe post Black Adam was the reason behind this decision. I absolutely agree. Tyler was saying Mark Kerr is still alive. So is Cassandra.
Oh shoot, my bad, Tyler. No, I think I might have misread an article that said he had passed, but I think they were referring to somebody else. That's my fault.
Oh, I didn't catch that you had said that. My bad. Ooh.
No, I mean I even have it on the slide. That's my bad. Thank you, Tyler, for correcting me though. I stand corrected. I do like to be genuine with my information. I might have misread the article. So,
but yeah, man, this is gonna be tight, bro. Like, I'm excited for this one, and I still gotta see that damn Iron Claw.
You haven't seen
it?
Gotta
see that Iron Claw. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I think you had a scheduling conflict, didn't you?
Twice.
Yeah, man. I got lucky enough to see it a week and a half ago. It's actually been a while, and then the embargo just lifted a couple days ago. I do have a review coming, guys, so stay tuned. I'm gonna finish writing it. I'm about halfway. I at least got words on paper for this. So
just knowing the story, I already know I'm gonna be just in tears, bro. I'm ready. I'm already ready. I'm like, I know the story. I know about them Von Erichs.
Man, I went into it blind, bro, and
really?
everything hit me like a ton of bricks because I didn't know. I had no idea what I was in for. So, yeah, really good job. Hey, Sean Durkin, hats off, man. Writer-director Sean Durkin really put together a good picture, man.
Man, them Von Erichs, man, it's a sad story. I went down probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. I went down a rabbit hole and just read all up about their stories and went through their iconic fights on YouTube. And it's sad, bro. It's gut-wrenching. Even just reading about it, I'm like, damn, man. Yeah.
And also, I mean, to their credit, the cast is amazing.
Yeah.
And they really...
Zac Efron, man. I heard he's top-notch.
Yes, and he might be gunning for some noms. This is the performance of his career, and it's a great one. It's a really good.
So, yeah, it's not looking good right now, but we're still early in the race. So
yeah, and of course, Oscars don't come till later, and Screen Actors Guild comes later. So
and totally could be like a late sneak in and start getting some momentum. I mean, I would say EEAO as a movie for Best Picture. That's what happened. It was like at the beginning, nobody was really, and then it was just picked up steam and won. Coda, like you just never know what happened.
Coda came out of nowhere and just started sweeping.
Right. I was like, SAG, all that. I was like, what the fuck? Coda
Yeah.
won. All right, man. We'll move into our closing. Guys, let's talk some movies of the week, and we got to talk about Wonka. Because, man, that little wholesome piece of a movie was a wonderful time. And I think me and Lo agree on that one, bro. Like, I think you saw Wonka more recently. So let us know, man, what you think about Wonka.
Oh, man. From start to finish, I just had the biggest smile on my face just because I really didn't know what to expect. I remember Paul King mentioning, Paul King, that was the writer and director of the film. He mentioned that it was a very spiritual successor to the Gene Wilder version. And I didn't know quite what that meant until the screen titles of the freaking studios came on. And I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. You hear a little twinkle, na, 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 and then it goes into the story, and then it's just a whimsical, magical, majestic adventure that just swept me off my feet. Brilliant songs that, look, I don't care if you hate or love musicals, but the ones that work, like The Sounds of Music, like the even more modern. I really liked In the Heights.
In the Heights was great.
You have to have great songs. You have to have really, really, and that's the power of Renaissance era Disney. Just Alan Menken just writing fire. And I think these are really good songs, really catchy songs, and the production design is beautiful. Timothy Chalamet, he is just so darn charming. I don't care if you like the kid or not. He really captures that innocent, honest spirit of a really young Wonka, and I feel like he really fit the role well, in my opinion. So from start to finish, man, I had a great time. Lots of pleasant surprises, and shouts out Hugh Grant, man. Hugh Grant, I did not know I needed a Oompa Loompa Hugh Grant in my life.
For real. Just the grumpy Hugh Grant Oompa Loompa was so funny.
Well, it's not even grumpy. He was just sassy. He was the sassy Loompa.
Sassy. Just this grumpy, sassy little... just little Oompa Loompa. I was just like, oh my goodness, dude.
That is the exact, like... Man, it's just a great time, and you can bring your whole family. It's just it's a wonderful film, especially Christmas time. If you're gonna go to the movies in Christmas, I think Wonka is the movie to see. So
it's like a bite of sugary goodness, man. It literally feels like you're just having a wonderful, beautiful piece of chocolate throughout this film. It's just a wholesome film. It's got such an uplifting vibe to it, and it never strays away from being wholesome at its center. Like, it never makes this, because it could totally take this completely cynical turn, and it really stays the course of being this wholesome, really jolly film at the heart of it. And yes, Chalamet is fantastic, man. I think that he is really good in this role. It's something different for him, and I was like really looking forward to seeing something more unique for Timothy Chalamet, because he's kind of in a box a little, but with this one, he really takes this film and runs with the man. I think he was a great young Wonka. I thought the songs were wonderful. A little heavy on the auto-tune, but I do think the songs were wonderful. And I think that it just has this warm blanket of a feel to the film. And honestly, I heard some comments that the cinematography looked washed. I think the colors looked pretty good. I actually liked the kind of velvety pinks and oranges in the color palette. I thought the color palette was great for this movie. And I just think it's a warm bite of a film. It's wonderful. It's whimsical. It's magical. It made you enjoy the musical part of it. And what's nice is it's a blend. Like, it's not too much music. Like, it really mixes in and incorporates the music well into the film. And the music, of course, helps tell the story. It's very, very well done. My favorite, well, I've seen The Color Purple, so I can't say that. I was going to say my favorite since In the Heights, but actually that's The Color Purple. But I really enjoyed Wonka for what it was. And I thought, great film, great film. Now, okay, so we'll stay away from spoilers.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but I just want to say, like, the references that they made to the original film were just
Yeah, so good.
perfect. Like, not too much, not too heavy-handed, and the ones that are there, it's like, aha, and you catch it, even if it's like a footstep. There is a footstep there where I was like doing the Leonardo DiCaprio. I was like, he did it. Like, oh my god, and then, hey, real quick, a laser. You know what? I am 1000% gonna do a Willy Wonka cause one of these days because that just looks like so much fun, and I'm totally on board with that. So
Yeah, Wonka was awesome. I really dug Wonka. I think it could be a good, it could become a holiday classic, honestly. I think that if it were to get enough rally behind it, it could become one of those where it could get rewatched on the holidays.
oh
Very,
yeah,
very fun.
it's
Very fun.
it's a snowy setting and there's no Christmas tree, but I mean, like, sub the Christmas tree for all the colorful candies. Like, might as well be a Christmas movie.
It might as well be, right? Speaking of Christmas movies, let's chat about our top 3, man. I'll go ahead and go first. I'm just going to keep it quick, y'all. And I have the most generic list ever, so I always go first. Number 3, Elf. I love Elf. It's funny as shit. It was probably it's one of the movies I absolutely watch every single fucking year. And it was like the first, I can't quite say the first Christmas movie I really latched onto because that was The Grinch, but it was one of the first. It's funny as shit. Will Ferrell peak. I mean, peak Will Ferrell in there with the Talladega Nights type of, like, that whole span of movies. I'm like, yeah, he was hitting them one after another, man, and this one was fucking hilarious. So number 3 is Elf. Number 2, Home Alone. Absolute classic. Actually, just got done doing a film studies course where the guy studied Home Alone and we analyzed Home Alone. But hilarious film. Love it, love it, love it. Great film. Classic. Especially that first one, man. I love the classic Home Alone. Nice. Got the Mickey ears on. It's awesome. And then number 1 for me, always will be. And this is in every single version, The Grinch. That motherfucker's a classic, man. So I'm saying that, and I'm saying this by saying all of them are number 1. So the original, the Jim Carrey, and the Benedict Cumberbatch, all of them.
Love it. I don't see many people praise that one that much, but I had fun with it.
Yeah, that one gets a lot of miss, but I loved it. Honestly, I think Illumination did a very fine job of reviving that character, if you will, and kind of bringing it into a more modern setting. Loved it. Love it, love it, love it, man. What about you? Top 3.
Awesome, man. Hey, so, huge shouts out, honorable mention to Nightmare Before Christmas because it's just awesome. Brilliant stop motion. But my number 3 is Home Alone, the classic. Shouts out Daniel Stern for his manic Three Stooges like performance. Joe Pesci and his gold tooth grin. So many iconic moments, quotes, scenes. Like, it's just such a great time. John Hughes and Chris Columbus killed it, and John Williams penned one of the greatest Christmas songs of all time with Somewhere in My Memory. The na 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 na, na. Like, you hear it, you know it. It tugs at the heart. It's great. That's my number 3. My number 2 is gonna surprise some people, but I really enjoyed The Night Before with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth Rogen, and Anthony Mackie. And the reason why I bring this up is because, sure, I know Christmas is supposed to be wholesome and fun, but look, it's kind of relieving to have an adult Christmas film you can watch with the boys, or you can watch at a party and just laugh and have fun with. And I loved everything about it. Michael Shannon as like the magical weed smoking angel. Seth Rogen being on like shrooms and coke in a church, and he's Jewish, and him like just feeling guilty in front of Jesus. Like, so many things here. I'm a huge fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt as well. I thought it was a really fun take on the Christmas tropes because it really plays into Christmas nicely, even though it's raunchy and edgy and really crazy. Anthony Mackie's like a football player, and anyways, I just think it's a lot of fun.
I'm ashamed to say I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think it's underrated, and I think a lot of people don't think of it as much. And I just wanted to bring it up because it's one of my favorites. I rewatched it last year, and it was awesome. It was one of my favorite rewatches
okay.
of last year. So that's my number 2, and my number 1 is Elf. I think it's the
Elf is so
perfect,
good, dude.
it's the perfect marriage of like classic family comedy with modern. I mean, I don't know what to call it, but Will Ferrell's brand of comedy. It's just like Will Ferrell's brand of like manic energy, childlike adult
Goofy. Yeah,
goofiness.
Yep.
Like him eating his sugar freaking cereal noodles with syrup, chocolate syrup, and him getting drunk in the mailroom with that one guy and them doing the little dance. And there's just so many fun things at Elf. That's just so much fun. Jon Favreau really captured the spirit of old classic Christmas films, but also brought it into the 2000s. So I thought that was brilliant. And to be honest, it's the funniest Christmas film out of them all. I love Christmas Vacation. I love Home Alone 1 and 2, but Elf made me laugh harder than any of them.
Yeah, I think it's just funny as hell. It's one of those, man, where that and Home Alone, I think those are top tier, man.
Oh,
Easily.
man.
Easily.
And then him roasting Peter Dinklage with you're an angry elf.
Yeah, and Peter Dinklage, like, very early for him, you know what I mean? It's like pre-Game of Thrones Peter Dinklage, like.
He's like, call me elf. One more time.
One more time.
Does Santa know you left the North Pole?
Peter
So
Dinklage
good.
fucking hated it.
So good. And then like even just seeing
So
him
good.
like in the elf's workshop and he's hella big and they're all like tiny. It's just so much like visual humor too. Like
fantastic film, man. Fantastic film. Well, everybody, you all have a wonderful, very Merry Christmas, guys, and a Happy New Year. This is actually going to be our last show. So until the new year, of course. Low. Oh no, poor Low. He in the dark, y'all. But yeah, this will be our last show, guys, before the new year. So thank you so much for joining us throughout the year and joining us for 51 episodes, man. Laser, we've had you here. Sachin, Tyler, Didge, thanks for pulling up. Y'all, thank you for pulling up, guys. Low, what you got coming up over on your end, my friend? And where can the people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I'm a proud editor, writer, and critic for the Cinema Spot. Follow us on all socials at the Cinema Spot. We have a lot of stuff going on at thecinemaspot.com. I am in the middle of a review for the Iron Claw. The review embargo just dropped, and I'm going to drop that very soon, either tomorrow morning or the next. I'm also writing a review for The Missing, which is the Philippines international entry for the best foreign language film. I'm also going to a screening of Aquaman, doing some freelance work for Fandom Wire. I'm going to be writing about the endings of Aquaman and its post-credit sequence. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to be very, very, very busy, but this whole week I'll be writing like crazy. Check us out at thecinemaspot.com and also check out Fandom Wire, which I'll drop a couple articles for on the 20th. So yeah.
And guys, come on back over to Geekly Goods tomorrow night. I will be talking my best and worst movies at 6 p.m. PT. Come on over, y'all. We'll talk about it because there's some controversial picks on both lists. So come on over. Let's talk about it. 6 p.m. PT, 7 p.m. MT, 8 p.m. CT, and 9 p.m. ET. Don't know how I got all them down, but somehow, some way, we made it happen, guys. But we'll see you guys on the 7th of January at the next episode of the show. Come on back, same time, same place, and we'll see y'all next time on Geekly Goods.